Good morning, guys. It is day 4 on the Camino Frances, and today we have a 24-kilometer day to Puente La Reina. We have a massive 260-meter climb. Actually, that's not really too bad. Today is going to be divided into 2 stages. The first one is climbing, the second one is coming down from El Alto del Perdón, and today is going to be the last day that it's not going to rain on this Camino, because tomorrow on it's going to rain for sure. So let's go find a place to have breakfast and head out of this city, which is gonna take us a while because it's 5 kilometers long, so about an hour. Let's do it. "9:30 in the morning, and I'm still in Pamplona, still making my way out, but I can see already the countryside up ahead. I already had my breakfast. I had a café con leche, of course, and one of the best croissants that I've had in a long time. Got a plane flying overhead. I found out about yesterday that the reason why I couldn't fly the drone in Pamplona is because of the stadium where they do the running of the bulls. I don't know why they have like a 5-kilometer radius around it where you can't fly. So I was able to fly this morning around the Citadel, which I think is outside that radius. I don't think it's 5 kilometers because it takes 5 kilometers just to get out of this city. So yes, almost out. Well, that was a long walk out of Pamplona, but we're not out of the city just yet. After walking on the side of the road for a little bit and crossing over a very busy highway, we say goodbye finally to Pamplona and enter Sihur Menor, which is the first town along the way today. It's more like a suburb. Most of the pilgrims that don't want to stay in Pamplona keep going an extra 5 kilometers. Maybe if you're walking in July, which would be crazy because of the running of the bulls, then this will be a place to stay. I think after this small little town, we leave the city behind and we finally enter the countryside. We can see El Alto del Perdón up ahead in the distance, and the landscape is completely different than what it was like when I was here in 2017 in April. I think it's just a different season. So everything is kind of like dead, you might say. Back then everything was green, flush, alive. So yes, different Camino, which is what I love about it. Everything looks different than before. So I get to see things that I missed also last time around. And just a lot of people walking this stretch at this time of the year. It's October 2nd, and I've heard a couple of pilgrims talking when I passed them by saying that everything in Puente La Reina is booked, so most people are either staying before or after. So I'm so glad that I booked all my accommodations all the way to Logroño. Water. Love it when you find a water fountain. When you see this, drink whatever you have and refill. Especially now that we're leaving the city for the countryside. I might just do that. After walking on the plains for a little bit and slowly climbing, I decided to take a quick detour to the ruins of El Palacio de Gwendolyn, which is right behind me. There's also like a church on this side, and this is not part of the Camino. This is the equivalent of a blue blaze on the Appalachian Trail, and I think it's well worth it. No other pilgrim came this way because there's no signs at the split, but you can find them on my GPS tracks, of course. And this might be the perfect spot for some stealth camping if you're into that. So is it worth it? Of course it is. Feeling like Indiana Jones here. This is like a lost temple in the jungle somewhere in South America, and I'm looking for the treasure. What a great detour. I tried visiting the church, but there's a brick wall that is covering the entrance. But of course, with the drone, I was able to fly it around and kind of look inside just a little bit. It's probably in ruins completely, just like the castle. And the castle from the other end looks even better. It looks like an actual castle with the towers, and you have the church in the background. Just amazing views. I can see El Alto del Perdón right here on my right-hand side. Where you see those windmills in the distance, that's where we're heading right now. On my left-hand side is Pamplona, and behind Pamplona are the Pyrenees, the mountains that we climbed on the first 2 days, and they're long gone now behind us. Should be in the Alto del Perdón after passing, I think, one more town. I want to have my freshly squeezed orange juice either in the next town or in the food truck that's all the way up there at the top. Either way, can't wait to have it right now. This place is just full of like stinging nettles and all these plants with the thorns that are just, destroying me right now. I have short sleeve shirts and shorts, and this is not the outfit that I need to be out here. You can tell that not a lot of people come through here. Anyways, just another sign that access to the Forbidden City is not allowed. Well, here we are in the town of San Andres, where there's a first few. The first guy I saw flying another drone, the Mavic Pro 2. Also, the church behind me is open. It wasn't open last time around, and I got a stamp. The second one is here in this little shop behind me, where I got the first freshly squeezed orange juice of the day. And as you can see, all the pilgrims are taking a rest before they tackle El Alto del Perdón, which is really not bad, but this is the last town before you can stop, before you climb it. So here we are at the Alto del Perdón. It is extremely windy. I don't even know if the audio is gonna come out clean. Sorry, but you know, I can't even fly the drone either. But this is one of the highlights of the Camino Frances. Everybody knows this place. Everybody takes a picture here, and everybody wishes they had less weight in their backpack when they had to do today's climb. From now on, it's just a straight descent. Everything that we climb, we're gonna lose right now. And I could probably see Puente La Reina somewhere in the distance. Wow, man, the wind up here is just unreal. And now on the way down, it's just a rocky terrain, very slippery, very steep. So you better be careful or you're gonna fall. I better be careful because this has happened to me before and I don't want a repeat of the Camino del Norte. Yes, the donkey is right behind me, it's following me. It's a group of Koreans that I've been seeing for a while, and they even have a drone and they're doing like a documentary, and one of the guys decided to rent a donkey that they're gonna take all the way to Santiago just to carry their luggage. So, you know, just another way of doing the Camino. I wish I had a donkey right now. Quick stop here by this Virgin statue that you see here, just to escape from the sun a little bit. The wind is still pushing hard. I'm sure you can hear it. I can hear it myself. And up ahead is the next town, the town where I expect to have lunch. I may have to record this again because it's very windy. But yes, I want to have lunch there because it's past 1 o'clock already and I'm just starving. I'm not gonna complain about the sun because tomorrow is gonna be a rainy day according to the forecast. Let's find that place. I think last time around I had paella. I wouldn't mind having it again. Thank you so much, Uterga, for that late lunch at 2:30. I was there for like 40 minutes and at the one at Burger that has a bar, and there were a ton of pilgrims in there. And instead of going for the Menú del Peregrino or the daily menu special, which was a ton of food, I opted instead to have a burger with a beer, and of course, I closed it with a little bit of a pastry. 3:10 in the afternoon and I'm past the 75% of the way for today. I'm contemplating whether or not to go to that church. The one that's another blue blazer is the one where the Camino Aragonés connects with the Camino Frances in Puente La Reina. I went there last time around, but I took a car last time. So I don't know. You can tell that there's a shift in the weather. It's starting to get overcast. The wind is just blowing hard, and tomorrow is gonna rain. Tomorrow is gonna rain. That's not something I like to say, especially when I'm like 3 days away from Logroño. I don't wanna be under the rain for the last 3 days. No, man, come on, help me out here. It is in the town of Muruzabal where we have the split to go see the Santa Maria de Unete Church, which is 2 kilometers away. And I will go check it out this time around on foot because last time I took a car and some people gave me some bad feedback. So I'm gonna do that today. I'm gonna make up the territory that I didn't cover on my first Camino. So yes, let's go ahead and head over there to the church. I don't know how it happened, but I got extremely lucky and the church is open. And what a gem it is. Very nice. I highly recommend the detour if you can. Of course, it's an extra few kilometers, but it's all flat. So if you have the time, go ahead and give it a quick visit. Right now, we're 4.8 kilometers away from Puente la Reina, and we're gonna follow the Camino Aragonés all the way back to the Camino Francés. If I already did the Camino Aragonés, you can find the link in the description up here, and welcome, of course. Now I still have about an hour to go before I make it to Puente la Reina. It is windy, and there's so many flies. I don't know, two things I don't think go together, which is wind and flies. And so when I'm flying the drone and they're all landing on me, I get that itchy feeling. Hopefully the shots are not too shaky. Very cloudy, as you can see tomorrow. Yeah, definitely gonna rain. No escaping my fate. So, let's embrace it. If it rains, it rains. If the sun is shining, well, the sun is shining. I have an umbrella for both occasions. I thought the Camino Aragonés was gonna take me to Puente la Reina first, but no, it took me instead to Obanos, meaning I still have a while to go. Today is gonna turn out to be like a 30-kilometer day, by choice, of course. Not complaining. I got to see that donkey one more time, and I'm following it right now. It is almost 6 o'clock already, so a full day out here on the Camino. I love it. Here's the church right behind me, another water source. Let's just get there already, man. We're in overtime. So here we are in my room at the hostel. Where do you think I'm staying? Which hostel? Let's see. Hostal La Plaza. I got here to town like at 6 p.m. I don't know. After like a long 30 kilometer day, yes, I did a couple of detours, a couple of blue blazers that were well worth it. And I've been seeing a few familiar faces here down the street, down the plaza, outside drinking in the cafes. And tonight, where I'm staying, the hostel plaza, they also have a restaurant, which by the way, last time around when I was here, I came to this place where I had a few tapas with my friends. I guess I'll have dinner here tonight, who knows. Wanna check out the bridge already so badly and get my shots, because tomorrow morning when I leave this town, I'm sure it's gonna be raining. I'm sure I'm gonna have to have my poncho on. Hopefully that will not be the case, but come on, let's just be realistic. So yes, double room for one person, but that's how it goes when you book in bookings.com. At least I have a bed secure. This town is just full. Right now, you can't find a bed here. I've seen people staying in the town before, and I'm sure a few are going to the town after. So yes, shower time. Let's do it. So I have a few questions for you guys, and the first one is, why are the lights in this town so damn orange, just like last time? 2, why are the streets so empty? I mean, it is only like 9 o'clock. And 3rd, where is that donkey sleeping tonight? As you can tell, these are the questions that keep me up at night. Not really, I'm just kidding. What a great way to end today's day. We had so many like side little trails that took me to unexpected places, which is always great. And then I got here so late that I only had time to take a shower and went out and to go out to get something to eat. Did not want to have like the pilgrim menu, so instead I went to this restaurant where I had a sangria that I like so much, and I also had some pork with fries and red pepper. I closed it with a cortadito, or just like an espresso with a little bit of milk. And right now, of course, it is the time to thank the trail angel of the day, which is Margaret. Margaret, thank you so much. Look at that win. For your support, you're making this trip possible. And I'm enjoying it. I'm having a blast, so thank you so much once again. There's a shift in the weather. There's wind. Tomorrow is probably going to rain. That's what all the weather apps say in all our phones. And I don't know. We'll see what happens. I guess I'll see you all tomorrow at sunrise, which takes place at 8 o'clock. See you then.